filming the incredible Rise of the Foot Soldier 5 Origins, which is an incredible story that he's playing the leading role as Tony Tucker. Now, for anybody that's followed the Rise of the Foot Soldier film series, you know, the following now is absolutely incredible. Now, Terry's just come off the back of 5 weeks filming. Now, we wanted to ask Terry just a little bit about what it was like to play the leading man role and how excited he is about the new film that's going to be coming out, when it's coming out, and are there any twists and turns. Terry, thanks very much indeed for taking the time to join us. I know that you are so busy, just finished filming, you've just come off set. I've been following the journey all the way through, and obviously we pre-marketed and spoke a little bit about the film. Tell us about the film, what it's like to play the role, the leading man role. And Terry, many of us believe that this is the role that's going to open up the doors to Hollywood for you. Tell us a little bit about the journey, Tel.
I'm keeping everything crossed, Bradley, you know. But no, I mean, it was an amazing journey, really, because I got the script, you know, March, and I sort of read it, and I was thinking, you know, this is a really good script, and you know, I sort of didn't think there was going to be any more, so it was a bit of a surprise when I got contacted. They said, "Oh, we want to do the Tony Tucker story," but you know, it was an offer to wear that wig again. I also enjoyed having things stuck up my nose and done about having my temperature taken every day. So to make a film under COVID was challenging, but again, it was fun. And you know, I went into it with a sort of open mind, in that, you know, whatever happens, and I got into really good shape for this role. I mean, I was training for 3 months. I got down to 15 stone, so I lost 1.5 stone. And I had loads of beauty treatments every day, which was quite good. So the makeup woman said, you know, if you're playing someone 10 years younger, you've got to have all these beauty treatments. So the plus side was I lost weight, and you know, I look younger every day. So, you know, I know these you know, multi-millionaire celebrities live now, where they you know, have these daily facials and beauty regimes, you know. So I'm now sort of on board with all that.
Look, you know, we followed you all the way. You're a great pal of Alfie Best, but you know, following the film, the shooting, you know, of the film, you put out a few you know, snippets on social media. Some of it was absolutely cracking, like the Vinnie Jones giving you a punch door scene where you missed the landing bag, which was absolutely incredible. First of all, we hope you didn't hurt yourself, but you know, was it a fantastic crack on set? Because a lot of the old guard, you know, you've been around this group of people for 14 or 16 years, isn't it now? It's been a long time, isn't it?
I mean, I did hurt myself, but what happened was, the plan is, you know, when you're rehearsing a fight scene and you're doing your own stunts, is that there's someone there with a crash mat and they like push it in, and there was a miscommunication where he either thought I wasn't going to fall on the floor, or he wasn't supposed to put the crash mat in. So you know, I think Vinny thought it was funny because he sort of just saw my face like that. What the fuck's going on? And I sort of bounced on the so yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, look, you know, there was a lot of fun moments on that film, and there was a lot of things that were challenging that happened on that film. But what sort of come out of it was, I mean, we had a great group of actors, probably the best and the most exclusive cast on any Foot Soldier film. You know, we had people like Vinnie Jones, we had Keith Allen, we had Katie Jarvis, you know, we had Bronson Webb from Game of Thrones. You know, we had some really good actors joining the cast, and you know, every day, you know, and I think because nobody had worked on you because of this COVID stuff, I think what was interesting was everybody was really up for the film, and I think, you know, when you're going to work every day and everyone's buzzing, everyone's putting 100%, I think it actually makes you more in your game. So you know, I definitely felt like, you know, this role could be life-changing for me, and I think a lot of people, when they see it, are going to be shocked because they're not going to expect this version of Tony Tucker. But what you've got to remember is Tony Tucker was in the army, and he just came from Auckland, so that's how he got into, you know, door work and mixing with these sort of unsavory characters. But You know, it's really how he meets them all, what happens when he comes out. You know, so it's a real, you know, it's a Tony Tucker story, but it's stuff that people probably wouldn't know about and probably wouldn't. And I'd say also from an authenticity point of view, you know, most of the Foot Soldier films have a license to, you know, go a bit off piste and get creative with dialogue and scenes just to make it entertaining or more violent. But you know, nearly everything in this film is factual and true, can be backed up with facts. So for all those sort of people that follow these films and how did that really happen, you know, you can pretty much probably say 95% of everything in this film really did happen and was true. So it's going to get people on the edge of their seats. I mean, there's a little bit of humor in this one, but not as much as the last one. I mean, I think the last one was, you know, it was more like sort of Only Fools and Horses meet Scarface. You know, this one is a little bit more serious and a bit more in tone with the first one. And the director, Nick Nevin, who I've known for years but never worked with, when we sat down, he actually said to me, he said, "Have you seen The Joker?" And I went, "Yeah, of course." And he said, "Well, this is what I want to do with this film." He said, "I want to make it like The Joker." And I did think at the time, that's an ambitious thing to say. And I just thought, you know, I wonder how you're going to do that on this budget. Yeah. You've got Joker and Phoenix in the lead. You've got Terry Stone, right? But we ended up, you know, after probably a week of it, I got what he meant. And he actually said to me, he said, "Come and have a look at in the edit suite and come and see what you're doing and what we're creating." And I had a look at some of the stuff and I was like, "Wow, that's a really cool shot. Wow, that's, you know, wow, look at that." So after the first week, I was like, right, I know what we're doing now. And I've got to say, I think when this film comes out, I think he's going places. So, you know, big shout out to Nick Nevin. I love working with you, mate. You made Tony Tucker look amazing in this film. So thank you.
Nick's quite a card, isn't he? So you've got this incredible cast of people, great ensemble, and this incredible story of Tony Tucker that you've played. Now you've been on as Tony Tucker for a number of the Foot Soldiers. Is it 3 or 4 now? You've been. Is it 4 that the Tony?
One.
So did Tony Tucker appear in the first one, The Rise of the Foot Soldier, the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you've played a leading role. And so listen, tell us a little bit. Is there anything you can tell us about the storyline? Is there any twist? Because listen, avid fans that follow Rise of the Foot Soldier, you've got quite a following. You know, going to want to know, is this the end? You know, you played this leading role. It's kind of the last story within the sort of setting. But is this the end, Terry? Is there anything else after this Foot Soldier film has been completed and is aired?
I mean, look, listen. You know, we when we made the first one, we didn't say we was going to make any more. But you know, you never say never. So I think you know, this will come out and this will do whatever it's going to do. And you know, I don't particularly want to play the part again because there's nothing more for me to do. But you know, if they do a Ben Mahoney story or a Nigel Benn story or a Craig Rolfe story or whatever, then who knows? You know what I mean? I'm not going to say I'm never going to do it because, you know, I'm a jobbing actor. And if someone wants to put me in a film and pay me money, I'm not going to say no. Quite a good cast and a good script. But, you know, you know, I think that part of the story's run its course. The only thing you could do really is tell what happened afterwards and who were the new guys and, you know, what happened after 1995. You know, the club scene still went on. The gangsters and villains still carried on. So that to me would be the natural progression of this story. If they was going to do another Foot Soldier, it would be, okay, they've all died in the Range Rover now. Carlton's done what he's done. What happened next? You know, so that to me is the obvious route if you're going to make another one. But who knows? You know, I mean, you know, we just have to wait and see, Bradley.
So listen, playing the leading man, I mean, it must have been lovely for you. A couple of things. Number one, the wig. Obviously, a slightly different wig on this edition. I know that you shaved your hair this time round, and we spoke about this in our interview for Best Business Magazine. Do you want to explain to the guys a little bit about the wig? Because putting the wig on, everyone sort of says, you know, put a wig on. You know, I say get the shooters out, but putting the wig on. It's also, you know, in makeup and preparation is not easy, but this time it was a bit different, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, literally what they did this time, they just went, look, this is what we're going to do. And, you know, they decided that because this was a prequel, You know, Tony Tucker, if you look at early pictures of him, he did have darker hair. So he sort of highlighted or dyed his hair, you know, in the sort of early 90s up to sort of 95. But before that, you know, when he come out of the army, he had dark hair. So they just went, look, let's have a dark wig, you know, make your eyebrows a bit more bushier. And, you know, you're playing a younger guy. So, you know, and I posted some pictures and everyone was going, fuck me, you look 10 years younger. So they did work, you know what I mean? And I just think, you know, if you've seen any of the Foot Soldiers films, you know, you're going to be in for a treat with this. This is, I put my cards on the table now and I say, I think it's going to be the best one out of the lot. And that's not because I'm playing the lead, but it's just because the script was developed, you know, really well. And to attract the actors we've attracted, you know, they're not going to turn up and work on a low budget film if it's shit. Do you know what I mean? So Keith Allen's, you know, a legend. Vinnie Jones has been one of the biggest films, you know, ever made. Pick things like Snatch, Lock, Stock, Gone in 60 Seconds. So for him to grace, you know, our set with his presence, you know, he wouldn't have done that, you know, just for a laugh because he's bored. He only did it because he loved the script, he loved the role. So I think that speaks volumes. So I'm, you know, I just roll on October, Brad. I want to get it out. I want everyone to see it. But
absolutely.
Film because it falls. So
playing the leading man is incredible. And I spoke to Alfie about this. He reckons this film is going to really make you. And on behalf of Alfie, of course, he's not here at the minute. You know, huge congratulations. But yeah, he reckons this is going to really make you, this film, Terry.
I hope he's right because I want to buy a Bugatti like him and a helicopter.
And look, you know, you've playing the leading man. You must have had a lot of the filming time. It must have been, you know, because you're the leading man, it's all based around you playing Tony Tucker. So I mean, how much of the filming time, screen time, did you actually get during the shooting of this production?
I had 3 days in the whole shoot where I wasn't doing anything. Every day I was doing like 6, 7, 8 scenes. You know, pages and pages of dialogue, fight scenes, driving, this, that, the other, you know. So it was relentless. And I think after the first week I was like, fucking hell, you know, I managed to get through it. Because when you look at it and you're going into it, you think, how the fuck am I going to remember all these lines? And how am I going to do all this? You know, it's going to be really tough. But then when you get into it, I think after the initial shock of, bloody hell, we're doing so much work here, you just get into the zone and, you know, it's just like anything. You know, it's like if you dig in a hole to build a house, you know, the quicker you dig the hole, the quicker you build the house. And I think that was the thing, you know, just keep digging and let's just get through it, you know, so.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Listen, you know, we want to thank you for coming on today. We wanted to have a short, sharp and snappy broadcast today, which is complementing the interview we've got for you and with you in the Best Business magazine. So listen, you know, obviously thank you for your support this year. You've come down, you've attended, you know, a couple of our events. I wanted to end on a final question. And look, the series has got such a massive following, and this last film, this number 5, this Origins, the Tony Tucker story, everybody is waiting for something, you know, waiting for the film to come out. How's it going to be released, Terry? It's going to be released in when do you say the release date is?
Well, they're aiming for October, but it could be sooner. I mean, look, what happens is when the film's finished, the distributor will look at it, he'll decide in the UK, and all the other distributors around the world that are partners on this will decide when they're going to release it, and then they just release it. And the traditional route was they did a theatrical release, and then it was available on Sky Box Office in England. Similar in America, you know, available on all their digital platforms. But the interesting thing is because there isn't a lot of theatrical content being made, this is going to be probably the only British gangster film worth watching next year. And because of that and because of the cast, you know, it could get a big theatrical release. And obviously, you know, if that happens, then, you know, this could, you know, really go like to another level. So, you know, who knows, you know, but traditionally October and November have been the theatrical release times when these films come out. So that is what I'm sort of saying will happen, but it may come out sooner. It may come out later. You know, it's sort of not in our hands, but, I think when people see it and they see how good it is, they're going to want to get it out.
Absolutely, we're all looking forward to this one coming out. Actually, it was at the weekend when I was working away. I started to go back and watch some of the previous, you know, Footsoldier films, and every single one of them, you know, has made a great contribution to the screen, and they're very iconic films, aren't they? And this, no doubt, will be exactly the same. So we're very pleased for you, Terry. Huge congratulations on playing the leading role, Rise of the Foot Soldier, and we're all looking forward to it going live on the screens. And last time, I think you had a launch party in Marbella, wasn't it? Was it a Marbella launch party? There's going to be a similar launch party again this time round?
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I'll probably see you and Alfie on the red carpet, either in Marbella or in London, depending on where the premiere is.
Well, that's if you're not very busy yourself in Hollywood by then. Terry already picked up for a major film. Listen, really a pleasure to know you. For anybody that loves the Rise of the Foot Soldier scenes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Terry Stone, Rise of the Foot Soldier Origins, leading man playing the Tony Tucker story, and he's absolutely had a blast on set, and we all can't wait to watch it. Tell, any final comments before we head off? I know you've got to get into another meeting now, but any final comments, any final thoughts, any final snippets you can share with the audience that might want to know just a little bit about the film?
Well, I think you're going to see you'll see Tony Tucker, at one point, and then you're going to see him at another point, and you're going to see him go completely off the rails, and to the point where you sort of watch the film and you just go, oh my God, it's going to be one of those. And then without spoiling the ending for you, it's going to be like a roller coaster ride. I mean, it's got everything that all the foot soldiers have in it. You know what I mean? All the violence, all the drugs, all the sex, all the good-looking girls, all the nutty guys. It's and the production values. There's car chases, there's drone shots, there's people getting thrown out of windows, there's cars getting smashed up, there's people getting shot in the face. I mean, it's going to be great.
It's going to be an absolute classic. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, Mr. Terry Stone. We'll be catching up with Terry again just after the launch of the magazine, the launch of the website. There's something else that we're launching, we're working on. But for now, actor and producer, Mr. Terry Stone, leading man, Rise of the Foot Soldier 5 Origins, the Tony Tucker story. Get the shooters out. Terry Stone, listen, thanks for coming.